What's up YouTube? We're back with my CL9 and we're going to be customizing it today. Nothing too crazy performance wise by any means, but we're going to make it look a hell of a lot nicer. So I've done some shopping in Japan, visited Liberty Walk. I got just a bunch of stickers from them and a car plate, so we're going to chuck that up in the garage somewhere. Over there, works for now. Let me show you what I got. So for the interior, we've got this Spoon Sports Duracon shifter, which would be really nice. It feels super light. And then I've also got this cigarette port adapter, which turns the one cigarette port into two with charging ports, and it's got LED. Continuing with Spoon, I've got a bunch of reservoir tank covers, so at least one or two will be going into my engine bay today to complete the silver and blue theme. I've also got this Spoon radiator cap, which I'll be chucking on. Unfortunately, it's not silver and blue, but it is Spoon. And then we've got this Mugen oil filler cap for right on the top of my engine. And that's nice and silver and blue. They had Spoon, but they weren't silver and blue. And then from Liberty Walk, I actually got these air valve caps for my tires, and they're little black dice. So we're gonna see how that looks. So this is how the engine bay is looking currently. We've got some nice silver going on, silver and blue with the air intake, blue and silver with the strut tower bar. So it's all looking pretty good. There's even blue here. But we're gonna be chucking the Spoon on this little bit. We're gonna be chucking it back here and getting rid of those little plastic tags. And then the oil filler will be here. So instead of this plastic black, we'll have a nice metal silver and blue. And then that little black will go on here. It is removing more silver, but Spoon is cool. So I'm just going to unbox stuff and chuck it in one by one. So first up, we've got the Mugen cool beans. So for this one, these two pieces come apart, and then it's just got a little sticker to stick them together. I'm gonna push that in nice and firm, and that should be a happy chappy. Out with the old, and in with the new. Actually looks as if there's been oil coming out. Never ideal. The whole area is probably overdue for a clean. There we go. Alright, next piece we're gonna do the radiator cap. Yoink. Cool Spoon Sports packaging. There we go. So this one will be the same, where I have to take the sticky bit off that and put it together, but this one I need to line up, so that's a bit scary. Alright, that is pretty smack bang in the center. I'm pretty happy with that. There seems to be this like air bubble in the top right, which kind of sucks, but I don't think there's anything I can do, because if I just... Or can I push it out? I don't know, it seems like some of the like plastic cover is lifted, and so there's nothing I can do, seemingly. Yeah, that is what it is. Undo that. Put the new one on. There we go. Now for the easy ones. We're just gonna put some paint covers on. Pop that bad boy open. It's just like a little wristband. And then this back one. So we're covering up my steering fluid and my brake fluid. Second one. And that's going up the top here. I don't want Spoon to be written. Do I want it on the side? Probably. Unnecessary, probably, but cool to me, definitely. So, for a little recap, we've now got this on the radiator, we've got this on the engine, looking sweet. It sticks up quite a bit more as well, but it looks cool. Then we've got a little spoon there, a little spoon down here. And so overall, a bit more blue and silver. So that's a W. And yes, I had to take the coilovers out. So we've currently got a bit of a monster truck going on here. But we're gonna be fixing that very soon. And I'm gonna be posting a video on it, so. All right, next we're gonna add these little dice air valve on from Liberty Walk. So let's drop down and get started. So my wheels are very, very dirty right now. Ignore that, please. We've got this nice little pack. And I don't actually have matching air valves on all, air valve caps on all my tires. So it's gonna be a nice little change. I definitely need to wash all of these very, very soon. The car hasn't been cleaned in a while because I've been just working on it. It's just been collecting dust. Okay, well, for one, they're pretty easy to turn. For two, the Liberty Walk design, oh, there's the camera, is actually on the top. I thought it was on the side. So you just kind of see Liberty Walk very boldly. Let me give you a close-up. So this is how it looks. It's kind of cool. I mean, compared to just having a bland old cap there, it definitely sticks out a lot more. I wasn't sure if it was gonna really stick out or just kind of blend in and be unnoticeable. So if you're paying attention to the rims, you definitely see it. Yeah, it's cool. It's a bit unique. Hopefully no one steals them. And that'll be sweet. My previous one that I have a set of was these Hype Nation ones, which were, I thought they were originally black, but this looks like it's gone completely green. I don't know what's up there. I'm pretty sure it was black a long time ago. It's probably washed off all the black paint while I've cleaned the rims. But I had a set of these and I lost one, and then on the new wheels, I think there was one missing too, so I haven't actually had a full set of these. Not that anyone really cares. It's interesting, to say the least. That's how it looks from the top. It's cool. And now the right side are in too. I mean, all they really need to do is hold air, and I'm happy to keep them on. They were only $12, but I mean the Hype Nation one were $10, so we'll see if they work well enough to hold air, and then see if we end up liking them over time. All right, I'm gonna see how this camera angle goes, but we've got our next two product. The more boring one is this, which just slots into the cigarette port. And then luckily for me, it can angle, because if I couldn't angle, if I put that in, then I've got my Bluetooth Scosche music chip. If I put it like that, go to shift into first, bang, hits it. Third, bang, hits it. So because it leans upwards, I can shift without getting in the way, which is sick. Next, we've got our beautiful Duracon. Alright, once again, we've got a sticky bit to stick to the top and line up correctly. Just like Legos, man. I just want to have it like pre-stuck on. I don't want to have to stress about lining it up correctly. What am I paying you guys for? Alright, how does it feel? Feels good. I was worried it would be too small. It is pretty small. Doesn't really hold all of my fingers, but hey man, we'll see how it goes. Alright, I had to do a quick Google because I thought I just turn this and it comes off, but as I turn, the shift boot turns with it. So what you actually have to do is you have to hold the top of the shift boot, pull down a bit so it drops, and then you can take it off. Just twisting anti-clockwise, it feels like it's loosening. Oh man, this is long. Alright, so that is fully off. The only thing is that this stays up to the OEM clip. So I might need something else long term to make this actually stick with it. But for now, I'm too eager, so I just want to get this on. Some people are recommending you have to go in, take the plastic bit off, and then zip tie it from the inside. But for now, I'm just gonna let that sit there. I was worried it was gonna be too small, but it's not terribly too small. Perfect. Perfecto mundo. I'm just gonna press it hard so that it really does fully stick with the adhesive. Alrighty, so that's in. Let's start it up and let's go for a test drive. Because we're in the garage, we've got really good lighting right now, so you get a good chance to see it all. I am missing the part down there that covers all of that. I'm still in need of that, but this does kind of help to cover it up a bit more. Not heaps, but a bit more. So you've got two settings, one that changes the mode and one that changes the color. And then we've got the glorious shift knob. So that's the top of it. Oh, it keeps focusing on the mats. That's the top of it, just 1 to 6 with reverse, spoon sports at the bottom and reverse in R. That's how it looks. I mean, it looks pretty trash right now with the with this collar being so not a fitted, but it works. So let's give it a start. Take these lights off. You can see this little thing. So that's the first mode where it's just a solid color. You can change the colors. They look a bit worse on camera than in real life, but that's cool. And then I can change the mode so that it's warping in and out, or it goes around, back and forth, or you can have it changing from color to color, and then it can be every color, and that just like slowly goes around. That's cool. Alrighty, so as you may notice, it is a completely different day. I finished recording 2 weeks ago, but on the night that I did film the shift knob review, it was dark, it was raining, it was wet, it wasn't ideal. So I wanted to come out a separate day where it's at least dry, which can be kind of tricky with how much rain we've been getting lately, and give you guys an honest review. So I have been driving with it for the past 2 weeks, and how do I feel about it? It's good. It feels very smooth and it's nice to hold. My main critique is that it's a bit small. I think that most guys that are gonna change their shift knobs are dudes, so they've got big hands. So it doesn't really hold all of my like 4 fingers in a fist. And so I wish that it was a little bit longer, and then that would be a bit more comfortable to hold so that my fingers aren't kind of going over the edges. But apart from that, it is really, once again, smooth, nice to hold. It feels good to shift with. I'm still kind of getting away with putting my hand on the top. I'm still haven't broken that habit. Because my last shift knob was round, I used to hold it from the top and the side, and it wouldn't really matter. This one, it's a bit different, but it's been nice. I think one of the disappointing things about it is that it doesn't come with something to help you with the shift boot. That's one thing that does suck, because I know brands like Likewise that their whole thing is shift knobs. They offer accessories to hold the different forms of shift boots, and so when you're buying the product, you are buying like a little add-on, but at least you get the whole package. Like the whole thing looks really clean. Whereas this, obviously it's just a standalone item, but there aren't any like spoon accessories to help you hold up clips or stuff like that. So you kind of have to buy their product and then work it out yourself. So that is another thing that does kind of suck. I mean, most guys, you've got zip ties lying around. I haven't bothered to pry this under bit yet, just to go through that whole process. But overall, really nice shift knob. It does feel super nice and light. So overall, it's definitely a major upgrade from the stock. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily like completely satisfied though. I'm like kind of tempted to try a Likewise shift knob, something with either a bit more room or maybe a bit wider, just to see what's out there. And if you're like me and you really like Hondas and you're a bit of a spoon enthusiast, it ticks that box for sure. I really like it. I don't give it a 10 out of 10. I would say it probably sits between like 7 and 8. I'm not like super crazy impressed with it, but it is an upgrade from the stock and I'm pretty happy. I'm not so unhappy that I would take it off and go back to stock or return it or something like that. So I'm a pretty happy customer. It's just not fully hit that 100% satisfaction. I hope you guys have been enjoying the CL9's journey as much as I have. I've been looking on the market for a Honda Prelude and also a 300ZX Z32. Those are my two like dream next cars at the moment, but at the same time my funds are definitely not there for either of them. Preludes are currently going for like 10 grand, and that's like for a stock high kilometer example, which is crazy. So I will either get one that's like broken down and do kind of like a project car for, or I'll get like a good one and then just do some very simple mods and keep it kind of maybe OEM plus, maybe, I don't even know, we'll see, but that's definitely down the line. I think I'll be sticking with just the CL9 for probably the next year. We've got an exhaust to do still, probably a bit more to the body, like I'd like to do a front lip, a rear lip, maybe side skirts if we get a good deal on them. And then once the exhaust headers are in, we've got the air intake, so we'll do a tune and we'll do an aggressive one. And then I'm pretty happy. I think from there, I'll be happy with the CL9 and I'll be looking to move on to the next car. So stay tuned for all of that to come. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys.